Hi there, KNN newscasters, Angel Anderson here, and I decided to create this video to help you or give you more time. The reason is I can edit videos and I've been creating videos for a while, and I spend 7 hours, 7 long hours that I could be doing for homework or any other item in class, and I spend 7 hours creating videos for the News Friday, and I know you can use that time for something else. So the idea with this video is to give you back time, at least 4 hours, and so you can spend, either for your homework or being more creative. And after surveying people, they've been spending about 10 hours editing. So I'm going to concentrate most of my efforts on save you time on editing. And so let's get to it. Well, in the news, in this particular session, you have 3 areas that you want to concentrate. Before you shoot the movie, when you're shooting the movie, and editing, so production. So let's talk about before you shoot the movie. Before you shooting the movie is when you get together with your initial team. What is that you are going to shoot and show on the Friday news, if they still show on Friday, right? When I did mine, it was on Friday. So the idea is that to save you a lot of time, you want to create a storyline. Create a piece of paper and put blocks together. Who's going to be staying what and what position, right? So let's say really quick that you are going to say safety and then weather, or vice versa. It really doesn't matter. Just for this example, let's talk about safety and then weather. The safety guy can say in the shoot during recording, these are the safety tips for today. See the pause? Now let's talk about the weather. The idea with the pause is that you can, if you don't shoot the weather after, if you don't record a weather segment after, you can trim that out and you still have the flow, and you can still use that retake. That clip. You don't have to spend more time reshooting, right? Now, the next one is the weather. We talk about the safety and weather, right? And now, in your case, it could be anything. This is just an example. So the weather guy can say, well, thank you for those safety tips. Now to the weather. You still have that segment, that pause that you can trim if you want to, right? So that's one of the easiest ways to create a better flow and not wasting time creating multiple videos for just one 5-minute take. Well, 10 minutes. When I did my news, the length time, the requirement was 10 minutes. So it's really up to you, right? That's create a storyline. It's key. You put it on a paper, put it in the whiteboard. Really doesn't matter. Take a picture, but know what is going to be recorded. And then use your iPhone, use your iPad, use your Android. It really doesn't matter what you use. Just start shooting. Be creative, and then plug everything together. That's pre-shooting. Now let's talk about shooting. During shooting, it took me a while to accept this, but we tend to be perfect. Tend to achieve or strive for perfection. It's excellent in all we do. We get it in the core values. We get it pounded. But it's the reality is perfect to whom? So during shooting, do your best to do one-take shots. That way, it saves you time during editing. You only trim the beginning at the end, and you get into the habit of just standing in front of the camera or standing in front of the audience and doing improv. Like, just get going, speaking. I don't have a script for this video. I just stand up and shoot. Now, if you are taking one-take shots and you need to do multiple segments, it's a trick that I learned from a video guy. You want to add visual cues when you record. Now, a visual cue, it could be something simple like raising your hand, right? So when the guy editing see you raising the hand, that means, okay, let me stop here. This is the editing point. This is where I'm going to trim, and I'm going to start from here. So you made a mistake before, and you want to keep recording because you're recording outside and everything is nice. You're in the flow. So what you do is, okay, let me stop. And now you start. You make a pause anyway. You make a pause in between. You don't do it really quick. Just, whatever your visual cue is, could be they do the movie. Take one, but we don't have it here. So visual cue. So that's it. One-take shots, visual cues, save you a lot of time. Let's move on to the last step, which is editing. where most people or spend most of the time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on the computer. You're going to follow me into the computer, and you're going to see me opening iMovie, editing. I'm going to walk you through a few things, and at the end of the video, if you still have any question, leave me a message. Of course, Angel Anderson here, and I am going to do my best to answer your question and help you out. So let's jump to the computer. Well, we are here, and what we're going to do is we're going to open iMovie. So you see here the iMovie icon, which is the golden star. And you're going to open it, you're going to click it, left click. If you're in a Mac, you might get a pop-up saying video thumbnails. When I click later, the idea is to get things moving. And I'm going to walk you through the windows really quick, and I am going to show you a few more things to do, right? On the left side, you have the files for each project. On the right side, in this window, you have the preview. On the left, on the bottom, this long area here, you have the timeline, which is for each project. So let's say you want to start a new one. What I want to do is I want to go to File, New Project, and you want to pick no theme, and let's call it KNN Demo. KNN Demo. Now you might call it your week date. It really is, it's up to you. I'm going to click uncheck automatically add transitions, click create, and we have a blank theme. Now what we want to do is we want to add some intro and maybe some videos, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to go to File. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, and I am going to import a movie. Now, these movies could be from your iPad, from your Android. It really doesn't matter, but this is how you get it from your external hard drive. And I click Movies, and you want to search. So in this case, what I want to do is I'm going to click on Movies, and I am going to look for, let's see, iMovies or anything that we can see here. So you can see here you have a bunch of movies, you have events, you have things that people have done in the past. Just pick your movie, what is that you are trying to find really quick. Like this one, they say Harlem Shake. I can't even say anything today. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to create a new event. I'm going to call it KNN Demo. And I am going to click import. Now, I'm going to repeat the step one more time to show you something, a different setting. And the reason is right now this setting is copying or creating a duplicate of the file, but you have an option to move the file if you choose to. Now that is really up to you what you want to do. So you see, this is the first video for the demo I'm creating. Let's import one more time. I'm going to click on File, Import, Movies. And what I want to show you something different. You see here, this is the event. What it means is you can organize all the files. See, in the previous step, I created a new one. So I click Create a New Event. An event is kind of a folder or a section where you organize all the files for your specific project. The idea behind it is for you to find your files easy, and you don't have to search everywhere for your files. So I'm going to leave it here in KNN Demo. I created in the previous step, and you see here, copy and move. You want to copy. Don't move for unless you're really comfortable. That way you have a backup. So you always want to leave it in copy and never optimize the video. Never optimize the video. So let's do this again. I'm going to click Movies. I am going to pick, let's say, let's go here, and it really doesn't matter what we pick. We're just going to pick something. Let me minimize this window. Now, because it's so much data here, the computer might be slightly slow, but we are going to fix this. Let's pick this one, and I am going to copy, and I'm going to import. And again, it's going to my folder, KNN folder. So what I want to do is I want to import here, and it says it's going to take about 4 minutes. I should have picked a smaller video, But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait, and I'm going to pause this editing, and if it takes a while, and I'm going to come back when the editing is done, just for sake of time, because right now what we're doing is just waiting. So let's pause this video and come back when it's done. So now that it's finished, keep in mind that depending on your video size, it might take 1 to 5 minutes to copy from the hard drive to your computer. So now that it's finished, this is what you want to do. You want to click the file that you want to start with, and what you want to do is you can double click it and it will select the whole file. You can double click, or you can actually right click and select the whole file. Once they select it, what you want to do is you want to drag it to the timeline, and that's going to be one of the files, and you have the audio below, and you have the file, right? So if you want to select another one, what you want to do is, again, select the whole file, or you can click the file, click edit, and what you can do, select all entire clip. That's another option. Whatever you want to do, either or, you can double click, or you can go to the menu, whatever you feel comfortable. Again, once you pick the file, click and drag. That's it, right? So let's say that I want to do a transition in between the videos. Now we have two clips. And we can add some music below, and we can add some transitions. Now, let's talk about transitions, audio, and trimming, which is where most people spend the time. So let's trim one of the videos, right? I want to trim this video. This video is really nice, so I want to trim just the beginning, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mouse over the left side of the clip until you see this blue star, the drop down. You want to click that, and you want to click on Clip Trimmer. Now, once you do that, it's going to open a new window on the top. And what you want to do is you want to drag the yellow border all the way to where you want the video to be. So you basically clip, and you're not affecting the original size of the video or the original video. What it is kind of creating a trim of your section. So I'm going to click dragging until I get to where I want to be. Let's see if I can move. And now you can move on the beginning as well. So it's really up to you where you wanna clip. Let me move this one more time because these are kind of long. And I'm going to edit here. And the guys look kind of funny, right? Maybe we have two more trims. So I'm going to stop it here just so we can kind of, for sake of time, you get the idea. You edit to where you want to be. Once you find the spot that you want to stop, you click done. Now you got to remember to click done, and it will adjust the file. So now let's add a transition. Now if you see here, it goes from here to another video. So let's say that we want to add a transition. You have audio, you have picture, text, and transitions here. So if you want to add a transition between the clips, you click on the second from the last, pick the transition you want, like fade to black, click and drag, and that will add a transition. Now if you want to edit the length of the transition, again, that blue drop down, you put the mouse over, click a transition adjustment, and it will tell you how long and the type of transition you want. So again, you can do from black fade to black, a transition. It looks really nice and clean. Now let's say that you want to add a theme like news and type of like, for example, like the newscaster. So click here on the world symbol, and what you can do is you can pick a theme or background. So you have all these options here. What you want to do is, let's go here, actually go here in transitions as well, and it will pick a theme, right? So I'm going to pick theme, and I'm going to pick the newscast, and I'm not going to automatically add transition. Click OK, which is going to allow me to add a theme to this. So what I can do is I can drag and drop here, drag and drop, and it will add a theme to my file. So let me let me edit this one, delete it. I'm going to delete this one, and I'm not going to add a theme here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add it at the beginning. So here, for example, what I want to do is I'm going to click and drag to, if the mouse help me, I'm going to click and drag to the newscast. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click and drag to the newscast, and now the beginning of the newscast, if you see, I am going to do the play. So you can play with the 4 types of, or you can pick a different theme. You can pick a different theme from the built-in. This is really easy to use. Now, audio is something a lot of people want to mess with. So what you can do is you can click on iMovie sound effects or the iMovie here in the audio clip, and you can search. The one I used, it was the newscast, but it was under iLive sound, and I did the news. And you can see here you have a few. I'm going to play it. So you have a few different ones. You have all kinds of things you can do. You can go crazy with the audio. So what I would do is, this is the trick. It's 2 settings in iMovie. One is the background theme music, which it will play throughout. It will loop throughout the whole movie, or to one clip. So what I want to do is I want to click and drag to the top of the clip, not to outside. I want to click and drag to the top, and I'm going to let it go. And what it's going to do is going to add a new track. So what I want to do is I'm going to click and drag this audio to where I want it. And you can actually trim it. So if you want to trim an area, you see the square, you can actually select an area if you want to, or you can make it short or long or shorter, depending how you want it, exactly like the clip. So again, if you want a movie, you can do it. So he added in the background. And again, of course, this is not the purpose of this clip, but you get an idea. So right now, this is how you do it. Now, the last step, after you get the video the way you want it, this is the last step. What you want to do is you want to click here on share, and you have an option. The basic way is export movie. If you do this, you might run into the chance that the movie might be a little bit big in file size. And I believe when I did my news, it was a requirement to be under 400 megs. Now, if you do a lot of transitions, a lot of nice clip, that you will go over. So this is my setting. You want to, instead of clicking export movie, you want to click export using QuickTime. When you click there, you will have this setting, right? Now, before you go anywhere, you can click options here. For example, use LAN and internet. That's something that you want to use. Of course, they're going to play this on LAN and internet. Now, next is you want to click on options. Once you click on options, we're going to go each setting at a time. Let's start with settings. Now in settings, what you want to do is click on 30 frames per second. On data rate, the only thing you want to mess with is CD and DVD-ROM. They're going to play this video on CD and DVD-ROM. So that's it. Just change this to make sure it's an H.264. Click OK. No filters. You don't need to mess with filters. On size, you do want to change this to 1280 by 720 HD. That's something you want to change. If you want to do it slightly different, it's really up to you, but this is actually how you want to do it. Click OK. On settings, this is more for sound. You can leave in 48. You can pick 44. 44 will not degrade the sound, and it's just going to make it slightly smaller. 128 is CD quality. It's really up to you. and the quality you can leave it in normal. Okay, and now prepare for internet streaming, fast start. That's how you want to leave it. Click OK, and that's how you leave it. Now you want to pick where you want the movies to be saved. In this case, we're going to be saving into the movies folder. So if I click save, it's going to start the export process to to save the movie. I'm going to click cancel, and I'm going to show you one more thing before this process is ended. So what I want to do in this case, I'm going to delete a clip that I don't want to use. I don't like it. So you can go, let me uncheck this so you see more. So what I can do is I select the clip and click, you can click the command, which is the Apple key, and delete. Or what you want to do is you can click here and you want to say, let's see, clip, and you want to either trim to end, let's detach. You can actually detach audio. You can do all kinds of things here, but what I want to do is select the clip, and I want to delete it or retrim it. It's really up to you what you want to do with this clip. You can do crop and audio adjustment, but you don't have to go too crazy with the editing. You just want to make sure that everything is the way you want it. So delete clip and delete the transition. I want to delete the transitions. I'm going to delete the transitions, and I am going to delete the next one, and I'm just going to delete I'm going to export a small part of the clip just to make it easy for you to see during the editing or the production. So now that we have a small clip, let's do the share. I'm going to click one more time, share, export movie. Actually, let me go back. Now here's the settings. So if you do this way, click HD 1080, and then just export, and it will do it that way. This is the easiest way, fastest. But again, if your movie is very long, even to the 10-minute mark, you will go above the 400. So what I'm going to do is, right after this export is done, I am going to show you one more time the way to do it with QuickTime, which is the way that you want to do if you want the file to be small. And that's the way you want to do it. So let's come back with this when this export is done. So again, let's repeat that step, but now using the QuickTime settings. We're going to go to share. We're going to use export using QuickTime, and we are going to click on LAN and Internet for use. Click on options, settings, 30 frames per second in the frame rate. On the data rate, we want to use for CD, DVD, ROM. Click OK. On the size, you want to click 1280 by 720. And the sound you can leave like that, fast start, click OK. Make sure that the folder is where you want to leave it. Click save, and that's it. Well, that's it, my friends. You have tips for before you start recording, for when you record, and editing. If you have any question, leave me a comment below. I will do my best to record them, answer your comments again. So again, recap really quick. During shooting or in your initial meeting, create a storyline. The best way. Know what is going to be recorded and who's going to do it. This step 2, you want to do a one-take shot and visual cues. Step 3, follow the instructions that I gave you in iMovie. And again, if you have any questions, I'm here to help you out. Angel Anderson, talk to you later.